My brother, my sister, what is that thing you have in your hand? When God gets into that stick you have in your hand, with that stick, you can use it to move mountains. God wants to bless us with what we have in our hands, but we are always very fast at giving excuses. Moses had 4 excuses that he gave to God, even after God instructed him that he should go to Egypt to deliver his people, from the hands of Pharaoh. You can imagine Moses that has been in the wilderness 40 years. He stayed 40 years in the wilderness. God was preparing him for a 40 years journey to deliver his people from Egypt. But even after tarrying in the presence of God for 40 years, he still had this excuse to give. What are the excuses Moses gave? Number 1 excuse Moses gave was, I have an awkward and heavy tongue. Moses was a stammerer. And what did he tell God? He said, I am a stammerer. How can I go and deliver the people? You can imagine somebody that has been in the presence of God for 40 years. He still had excuses to give. What excuse do I and you have? You have gone in the place of prayer, but after praying, you still come out and you are still giving God excuses, reasons why you are not supposed to do that thing that God is telling you to do. He told God, I am a stammerer, I cannot go. What did God reply? God said, who has made the mouth? If it is God that has made the mouth, can God not take care of your stammering tongue? That was not enough. What is the second excuse that Moses gave? Moses said, I don't know what to say. If I go and meet the Egyptians, what am I going to tell Pharaoh? I wouldn't know what to say. What was God's reply? God said, I will tell you what to say. It wasn't enough for Moses. Moses was just looking for excuses why he will not go to Egypt and deliver the Israelites from the hands of the Egyptian. Remember, after spending 40 years in the presence of God, Moses thought the excuse. What did he say? He said, they won't listen to me. What was God's reply? He said, I will walk through you in power. They will see and believe you. God said he will walk through Moses so that they will see the signs and wonders and they will believe him. That was not still enough. What was Moses' number 4 excuse? He said, who am I that I should go? What was God's reply? God said, it doesn't matter who you are. What matters is who I am. The I am that I am spoke. It doesn't matter who you are. If God is backing you up, you don't need to fear anything. Just go with the backing of God. God is not looking for an already made minister of God. God is looking for a vessel that is going to use to carry out his work. What he needs is availability. Are you available? Are you obedient? If you are obedient and you are available, God can use you. And finally, Moses agreed to go. And when Moses agreed to go, we know the miracles that God used even that rod in Moses' hand to do. What do you have in your hand that you don't want to use? What is that little money you have in your bank account that you are afraid to spend and use it to do business? Moses didn't see anything good in that stick he was holding, but that stick was the connection he had with God. What is nothing to you can be something to God. When God gets into that ordinary rod of yours, it became a weapon of mass destruction. It was used to confront the soothsayers of Pharaoh. That same rod was used to turn water to blood. It was used to bring frog upon the land. That same rod was used to bring lice upon the land of Egypt. That same rod was used to bring thunder and hail. That same rod was used to bring east wind that brought locusts across the land. That same rod was used to cause waters of the Red Sea to stand up like a wall. That same rod was used to cause the bottom of the Red Sea to dry up so that they could walk on dry ground. That same rod was used to drown Pharaoh's armies and his chariots. The same stick brought water out of the rock in Horeb that fed 1,000 to 3,000 Israelites. My brethren, we need God to enter into our stick. We need God to enter into that thing you have in your hand that you are afraid of letting go. Your stick can be anything. It can be that little money in your bank account. It can be your ministry. It can be your marriage. It can be your business. It can be your job. It can be your talent, your gifts. It can be that last thing that you have left. Remember that woman, that widow of Zarephath. If she did not let it go, it wouldn't have multiplied. But because she let go of it, it multiplied throughout the famine period. Why do you need God to get into your stick? When God gets into your stick, the supernatural happens. When God gets into your stick, the causes of nature are altered. When God gets into your stick, there is multiplication effect. When God gets into your stick, preparation meets opportunity. My brother, my sisters, allow God to get into your stick so that you begin to see the hand of God in that thing that you call little. But before God, that thing is not little. Peradventure, you have been dragging your feet to launch into the deep. This is the time to do it. Because when God has gotten your back, God is bound to bless that stick that you are holding. When God has gotten your back, God is ready to make that little morsel of bread to never run dry. When God gets into your stick, God is ready to make that bottle of oil to keep multiplying without it diminishing. My brother, my sisters, please allow God to get into your stick. God bless you.